This is your news source evening bulletin for today, Friday, the 18th day of August in the year 2023. I am Gordon Mosley reporting, and here's what we're tracking tonight. Opposition Member of Parliament and leader of the Alliance for Change, Kemraj Ramjatan, today disclosed that a U.S. government report on gold smuggling, while the APNU AFC was in government, had indicated that over $2 billion in gold was smuggled out of Guyana over a 10-year period. He said the report indicated that while the gold was smuggled out of Guyana, it was declared on arrival in the U.S. The U.S. government reportedly handed over the report to the David Granger administration shortly after it entered government.
In the 10 previous years, do you know how much gold was smuggled out of Guyana from the reports that we got after we made those complaints? $2 billion worth. $2 billion worth.
And that's during the PPP.
And that is during the PPP time.
Mr. Ramjatan, who served as Public Security Minister in the previous government, made a disclosure today during a press conference hosted by the Alliance for Change. His comments come on the heels of new reports of gold smuggling out of Guyana and the investigation by various U.S. agencies. Ramjatan said the current government should not ignore the recent reports about the U.S. investigating local businessmen and their alleged links to gold smuggling. He said under the APNU AFC, help was sought from the U.S. to address gold smuggling out of Guyana.
Because we had to tell the Americans, you want from us all the information about cocaine dealers and gun runners and all of that, we have been providing you. We need to know how many of these Guyanese are declaring gold at your John F. Kennedy report.
Ramjatan said the U.S. report was shocking as it revealed that an estimated $2 billion in gold had passed through the Cheddi-Jagan airport undetected, but was declared on arrival in the United States. He said based on the report received, those declaring the gold had indicated that they were licensed to conduct gold mining operations in Guyana. The report contained the names of 15 individuals. News source understands that the report was sent to the Guyana Revenue Authority at the time, and to avoid prosecution, a number of the individuals named in the report paid up their taxes. Back in January 2016, news source reported that Guyana was losing between 50 to 60% of its annual gold production to the illegal trade. The then Minister of Natural Resources, Raphael Trotman, had disclosed that the authorities in Guyana had received information that large quantities of gold was being smuggled to neighboring Brazil and Suriname and as far as Europe and the Middle East. At the time, he said there were also reports of smuggled gold from Guyana landing in Miami and at the JFK airport in New York. To address the situation, the government turned to the U.S. Federal Bureau of Investigations and Homeland Security for help and agreed to further intelligence sharing. More news coming up in just a moment.
It's been a long time coming. Overdue, some might say. But now that it's here, it will change life forever. And it is here to stay. The future is now, transforming Guyana into the 21st century. Introducing GTT Fiber. Experience internet connectivity like never before. Speeds you deserve at prices you can afford from a name you can trust. Sign up today. GTT Fiber is here. GTT. Together, we rise faster.
Oh my lord, I just love to shop in this store. My customers, them gonna love all these things. So many different things in one place. Household items, electronics, toys, stationery, confectionery, exercise equipment, shoes and clothes for men, women and children, school things, costume, jewelry, perfume, makeup. Oh, look the makeup!
Giftland Office Max, Guyana's favorite department store.
Having your own car means peace of mind.
Having your own car means comfort and convenience.
Having your own car means freedom to get there on your own time.
It's Deal on Wheels at Republic Bank. It's time to get that new vehicle or upgrade to a better one with Republic. Super low rates and low down payment. Up to 8 years to repay and great prizes. Come in to Republic Bank today.
Republic Bank. We're the one for you. Guyana, the International Building Expo is back. The advances made in the housing, construction, and infrastructure sector is everyone's business. Come down to the Guyana National Stadium from Thursday, August 24th through Sunday, August 27th and get a glimpse of the latest in building techniques. Interact with service providers in the sector and financial institutions. Make it a family affair and bring the kids too. Enjoy free entry during our grand opening night on August 24th from 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. Admission fee applies after 8 p.m. Gates open at 11 a.m. daily from August 25th to 27th. Admission easy. Adults $500 and kids under 12 free.
I love this place. Guyana. Oh no, welcome to Building Expo.
Bust the flavors. We're full of flavors. Bust the flavors, that my crave for. We're full of flavors. Tell your neighbors about the bust the flavors. Grab a bust the flavors. Yeah, thirst buster. Grab a buster. Bust the flavor, taste the savor. Bust the flavors. Bust the flavors.
Are you looking for the best high school education at affordable fees? Then register your child today at the VYC Academy. Now enrolling grades 7, 8, and 9 students for the 2023-2024 academic year. VYC Academy, achieving academic excellence. For more information, call us on 227-1013 or WhatsApp us at 613-4806.
Strong and solid in countries far and wide. New India Assurance, we're standing by your side. Golden service, half a century and more. New India Assurance, our policies are secure. From the heart of India, we serve these islands. The strength that you can trust, you're safe when you come to
New India Assurance Company. Assurance when you need it most.
For your home, motor or business insurance, visit New India Guyana office, 58 Brickdam next to Star Computers. Telephone 226-0415-7. Comfortable parking available.
The death toll from the dengue fever in Guyana has climbed to 11, with the Ministry of Health confirming the most recent deaths. In a statement, the Ministry of Health said it has recorded a total of 2,169 confirmed cases of dengue fever, with 239 patients hospitalized and 11 dengue-related deaths so far for this year. Dengue is an acute febrile disease that is caused by the dengue virus, which is transmitted by mosquitoes. Among the primary symptoms of the dengue fever are fever, eye pain, muscle and joint aches, skin rashes, and headaches, and generalized weaknesses. Persons affected by severe dengue may develop complications that are associated with bleeding and clotting disorders, as well as shortness of breath. The Ministry of Health said in order to ensure the adequate prevention, diagnosis, and management of dengue, the Minister of Health, Dr. Frank Anthony, has activated a technical working group to assess the situation and recommend measures for implementation to mitigate the impact of the virus on the public. Further, to ensure prevention and the curbing of transmission, several environmental and entomological measures have been increased across the country, such as fogging, residual spraying, home inspections, and distribution of chemicals to the communities through the NDCs. The Ministry of Health said a second cycle of fogging has commenced in most regions. Additionally, the Health Ministry has increased the procurement and distribution of rapid diagnostic test kits and other laboratory supplies and equipment to ensure adequate diagnostic capacity. The ministry said since the disease does not have a cure, medication and medical supplies have been distributed in adequate quantity to all regions to ensure symptomatic treatment of all patients throughout the healthcare system, in keeping with the revised National Treatment Guideline. The Health Ministry is also calling on persons living here to do their part by keeping their environment clean and free from stagnant water. And persons residing in and around the mining camps where malaria cases are more prevalent are being advised by the Health Ministry to sleep on the treated mosquito nets, which are being provided free of cost through the Vector Control Services Unit. They're also being encouraged to use long-sleeve clothing and mosquito repellents. Dengue is endemic to Guyana and the region of the Americas. The Health Ministry said the increase in dengue cases is due to seasonal and climatic conditions, among other factors. With a post-mortem examination set for Monday to determine the cause of death, the family of a 19-year-old woman whose body was found in her Lusignan apartment want a full police investigation into her death. The young woman's name has been given as Melinda Fiona Newenkirk. A police statement said her body was discovered this morning after her 36-year-old boyfriend contacted the police and told the investigators that a woman had been threatening to harm herself. The man told the police that he was at the woman's apartment for most of the night and left at around 1:30 this morning. However, surveillance video recording from a nearby residence captured the man's vehicle leaving the young woman's apartment just after 2:30 this morning. The dead woman's family told news source that they do not believe the young woman took her own life and they want a full investigation into her death. Her mother, Malika Newenkirk, said that she believes foul play was involved. She said her daughter appeared to have been drunk at the time of her death, and the entire scene of the incident did not support the boyfriend's story. The woman said the entire situation is shocking. She said her daughter introduced her to the much older boyfriend back in June and boasted about how well she was treated by him. She said she cannot say much about the man since she did not really know him. However, she is convinced that her daughter did not take her own life. And the dead woman's grandmother is also calling out for justice. She said her granddaughter was always in a joyful mood and she wants to know exactly what took place early this morning in that apartment. The police public relations department has indicated that no one is in custody for the girl's death. However, investigators are continuing with their probe. With a new magistrates court opened at Vigilance on the east coast of the Marara, it is being hoped that there will be easier and faster access to justice. The $294 million facility was commissioned on Wednesday, replacing the more than 80-year-old structure that previously housed the court. At the commissioning ceremony, Acting Chief Justice Roxanne George said the improvement is welcomed and signifies a more modern approach to justice.
The Supreme Court is on a trajectory of the modernization of its courts and services countrywide. We appreciate the resources that the government provides to the judiciary, the third arm of the state, so that it can carry out its mandate of upholding the rule of law and providing access to justice to all.
Justice George also said that given the demographic of the area and the expansion of new housing schemes, it was realized that the previous building could no longer cater for the needs of the communities.
As has been the case for our newer courts, the services provided will include those for domestic violence, probation and social services, and the drug treatment court. This new edifice, therefore, represents the continuing commitment of the Supreme Court of Judicature to being responsive to the needs of the publics of Guyana.
The new facility has 2 courtrooms, a number of office spaces, and living quarters for magistrates and the clerks of court. Acting Chancellor of the local judiciary, Justice Unit Cummings, said the court, as well as the advancement of the delivery of services in the justice sector, is long overdue. She said the judiciary, as an important arm of the state, must also adapt and be part of development.
And this Vigilance Magistrates Court opening today signifies not only improved access to justice, but also the commitment and dedication of a team of judicial officers and staff to achieving that end.
And the Attorney General Anil Nandlal said the government is committed to providing the needed resources to the judiciary to ensure it functions effectively.
And government is very cognizant that with the economic and social transformation taking place in our country, so must the justice system, the rule of law, and access to justice. And the government is committed to invest heavily in those areas.
Mr. Nandlal said in addition to the Vigilance Magistrates Court, similar facilities are being constructed at Cove and John, Mabaruma, Anna Regina and Friendship on the east bank of Demerara.
Did you know that John Lewis Styles carries back-to-school items? Besides clothing and footwear, you can also get lunch bags from $3,500, backpacks from $4,500, and pulley backpacks from $10,995, all for the same price or less than buying online, and it's already here. Also, get a chance to win one RCA tablet every week in August. Enter to win with every $5,000 you spend. That's 4 tablets you can Google homework with. John Lewis Styles. Simply different.
TVTVAD as Mackenzie Alumni Association presents official Night of Elegance New York edition. It's all going down Friday, September 1st at Naomi and Burchell Suites, 8926 Avenue D, Brooklyn, New York, 11236. Ladies, come out looking beautiful. Doors open at 7 p.m. Contribution $100. Dinner start at 8:30 to 10:30. It's the official Night of Elegance.
Guyana, the International Building Expo is back. The advances made in the housing, construction, and infrastructure sector is everyone's business. Come down to the Guyana National Stadium from Thursday, August 24th through Sunday, August 27th and get a glimpse of the latest in building techniques. Interact with service providers in the sector and financial institutions. Make it a family affair and bring the kids too. Enjoy free entry during our grand opening night on August 24th from 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. Admission fee applies after 8 p.m. Gates open at 11 a.m. daily from August 25th to 27th. Admission easy. Adults $500 and kids under 12 free.
I love this place. Guyana. Oh no, welcome to Building Expo.
Having your own car means peace of mind.
Having your own car means comfort and convenience.
Having your own car means freedom to get there on your own time.
It's Deal on Wheels at Republic Bank. It's time to get that new vehicle or upgrade to a better one with Republic. Super low rates and low down payment. Up to 8 years to repay and great prizes. Come in to Republic Bank today.
Republic Bank. We're the one for you.
33-year-old Linden resident Akali Moore was charged and remanded to jail today for the murder of his sister Cheryl Moore and his niece, 12-year-old Ikela Adams. The two died in a fire at their Silvertongue Wisma home earlier this week that was reportedly set by the 33-year-old man. In court today, the accused was not required to enter a plea to the indictable murder charge. He will make his next court appearance in early September. Moore was arrested by the police moments after he allegedly set fire to his family home and ran from the area. His relatives were reportedly sleeping at the time. While an alarm was raised and most of them made it out, the aunt and the niece got trapped and died in the inferno. Family members said the man would always threaten his sister, but he was not taken seriously at most times, since they believe he suffered from a mental condition. The Presidential Commission of Inquiry established to investigate the Madhya Secondary School dorm fire is scheduled to meet on Monday to discuss the way forward for the commission. The fire at a school dorm back in May claimed the lives of 20 children. The Secretary to the Commission of Inquiry, Javed Shadiq, told news source that once the commission meets, it will decide on a number of matters, including a commencement date for hearings. According to the terms of reference, the Presidential Commission is mandated to inquire into the events and circumstances leading up to the night of the fire on the 21st of May. The cause of the fire as well as the response by the authorities will also come under the microscope when the commission begins its work. The instrument establishing the Commission of Inquiry states that the commission is required to inquire into and report upon the actions taken to provide swift care, medical attention, and other forms of support and assistance to the injured and their families, and to the families and relatives of the deceased. President Irfan Ali appointed a commission last week. It has been given 2 months to report on its findings and make necessary recommendations, including on actions that ought to be taken by the state to prevent the recurrence of such a tragedy. In establishing the Commission of Inquiry, the President said it was critical and a critical step towards understanding the circumstances that led to the deadly inferno, but also towards healing. He has directed the commission to conduct the inquiry publicly, both in Georgetown and Mahdia. However, the commissioners have the right to conduct closed-door sessions for the preservation of order or for any other reason. The deadly fire, which took place on the 21st of May, has been categorized by the authorities as an act of arson. The matter is currently before the courts, with a 15-year-old girl who attended the same school facing a total of 20 murder charges in relation to the deaths. Tamiri resident Andrew Rodriguez was today sentenced to 4 years in jail and fined $3.2 million after he pleaded guilty to trafficking just over 4 pounds of cocaine. Rodriguez was arrested on Tuesday after agents of the Customs Anti-Narcotics Unit found 4 parcels of cocaine at his residence. In court today, he opted not to challenge the charges and was immediately sentenced to 4 years in jail. Another man, 20-year-old Dwayne Joseph, who was arrested and charged in relation to the same case, pleaded not guilty to the drug trafficking charges. Joseph, who is from Soosdijk on the east bank of the Marara, was remanded to jail after his bail was denied him. His case will continue on the 19th of September. Kanu said the seized cocaine at the center of the charges carries a street value of $2.2 million.
Did you know that Gassi's Jet A1 fuel is a type of aviation fuel specially formulated for turbine engines? Jet A1 fuel is safer to handle and transport than any other fuel types due to its high flash point and low volatility. It also boasts a high energy content, enhancing aircraft performance and efficiency. So whether traveling for business or pleasure, choose Guyana's Jet A1 fuel for a safe, reliable and efficient flight.
Sorry.
Jack?
Hey.
Boys, where you going with all that speed?
Yo, today's the 15th. My NIS contributions are due, and I ain't even get the forms as yet.
Hold on. You mean to tell me that you're not aware that all self-employed persons can now make their NIS contributions using the MMG app from the comforts of their homes and offices?
Really? You know, I just pay my bills using MMG, you know?
Yes, Jack. And the thing's simple. All you have to do is open the app, select Pay Bills, Government Services, NIS, and Pay. They will prompt you to enter your NIS number, the month you're paying for, and the amount.
So I don't need to submit any form?
No. The only time you submit in a form is when you're making a claim.
Wait. I could make a claim too?
Oh, no, man. You didn't know that? Yes. All self-employed persons are entitled to all benefits from NIS. Well, except for the industrial benefits. And here's the good part. All of their forms, you can download them from the NIS website.
Well, girl, I'm really glad I bumped into you.
Anyhow, make sure you pay your bills later.
Later? I gotta sit down right here and pay my contributions first.
Take care.
For further information, please visit the website at www.nis.org.gy, the National Insurance Scheme Facebook page, or your nearest NIS office.
Food Max Supermarket, located on the ground floor at the Giftland Mall, is your one-stop shop for all your grocery needs. We stock a variety of imported frozen meat and food products, fresh produce, and pet supplies, freshly made bread. Rotisserie chicken and patties are also available daily. Shop in comfort today at Food Max and let our courteous staff assist you in satisfying your shopping needs. Food Max, the fresh food specialist.
It's one of your biggest goals, getting your own home, where memories are made, where happiness lives. You may feel that home ownership or renovation is beyond your reach, but we at Republic want you to know that there's always a way. Ask us about our suite of mortgages. Let's help make your housing wishes come true. Or advise on how the equity in your existing home can finance other dreams and goals. Call or go online to learn more.
Look who's in the mix now. The new Buster Soda Water. 0 calories, 0 sugar, 0 artificial flavors. 100% refreshing. Taste Buster Soda Water today. Buster Soda Water, now available for only $120.
With your regional and international news tonight,
I'm Svetlana Marshall. In the region, the government of St. Kitts and Nevis has expressed its willingness to host a U.S. embassy in the country. The decision was made at a recent cabinet meeting in an effort to strengthen relations between both countries. In a statement, the government said its cabinet has taken a decision to have St. Kitts and Nevis host a U.S. embassy to strengthen the relationship and partnership with the United States of America. The two countries have met regularly to discuss the proposal. St. Kitts and Nevis now awaits the decision of the U.S. with optimism. The St. Kitts and Nevis government's position follows an announcement by Vice President Kamala Harris that the United States has begun the process to establish 2 new embassies and an additional diplomatic support presence in the Eastern Caribbean. The U.S. Embassy in Bridgetown, Barbados currently serves the Eastern Caribbean. St. Kitts and Nevis is following in the footsteps of Antigua and Barbuda, who recently said that it has identified a plot of land that the U.S. can use to re-establish an embassy in St. John's. Prime Minister Andrew Holness says Jamaica is close to full employment as the country recorded a record low unemployment level of 4.5%. In a statement on Wednesday, Prime Minister Holness described as welcome news the report by the Statistical Institute of Jamaica, Statin, that the outturn based on the April 2023 labor force survey is 1.5 percentage points lower than the figure for the corresponding period in 2022. He said the decline in unemployment is as a result of the expansion of the economy. Speaking at Statin's quarterly digital media briefing on Tuesday, Director General Carol Coyd said the number of unemployed persons in April this year fell by 19,700, or 24.3%, to 61,300 compared to the corresponding period in 2022. And finally tonight, international news. A British nurse who described herself as a horrible, evil person was found guilty on Friday of murdering 7 newborn babies and trying to kill another 6 in the neonatal unit of a hospital in northwest England where she worked. Lucy Latby, 33, was convicted of killing 5 baby boys and 2 baby girls at the Countess of Chester Hospital and attacking other newborns, often while working night shifts in 2015 and 2016. The verdict, following a 10-month trial at Manchester Crown Court, makes Latby Britain's most prolific serial child killer in modern history, local media said. She was found not guilty of 2 attempted murders, while the jury, who spent 110 hours deliberating, were unable to agree on 6 other suspected attacks. Prosecutors told the jury Latby poisoned some of her infant victims by injecting them with insulin, while others were injected with air or force-fed milk, sometimes involving multiple attacks before they died. Some of those she attacked were twins. In one case, she murdered both siblings. In 2 instances, she killed one but failed in her attempts to murder the other. The youngest victim was just 1 day old.
And that's your News Source Evening Bulletin for tonight. I'm Gordon Mosley reporting and encouraging you to stay safe.